Hi. So I said I was going to do some foraging today, which I am, and I am here with some tomatoes. You can see these red ones, like already, it looks good, but see that little hole? That means there's like a little insect that's already gotten in. So I'm going to go for the green ones, and then I'm going to let them sun ripen over like the next few days. This just ensures that I'm not eating any bugs, and that's good because fuck bugs. No, thank you. Sometimes you can get away with, but see, like that ain't gonna work. And I'm in this super cute little alley, and there is a English walnut tree. You can see here, there's another one there on the ground. The tree is somewhere up here. These are all homes that used to belong to nuns, but then I don't know if they all just moved, but vines have completely taken over all of the gardens of the house. But there's still some really great stuff that they were, oh, there's the walnut tree there. You can see some of them up there. But yeah, they were growing some really great stuff. Like these are gonna be blackberries or raspberries here. Actually, I think that's the vine that took over the entire house, is the raspberries. I love coming into this courtyard. It's just so beautiful. That there is a cherimoya tree, but it's not cherimoya season, so won't be able to forage any of those. If you ever see these pods here, this is the cherimoya flower, and it smells so good. The whole area just smells like carob when you're around one, but it's not carob. And I tried to eat a cherimoya flower, and I started to feel super like weird and woozy, and then I googled it. Oh, and by the way, I tried to eat it because I thought it was carob, and then I googled it, and it was like nothing else is edible, everything else is poisonous. Oh, you can only eat the fruit. So I obviously started freaking out, but since I had just had, ooh, look at this big one. Sorry, ADHD to the max. Look at this giant one here. Nice. Aha. Wonder if there's any more. I didn't die, by the way. End of story. Me did not die. Some of these are so small. I'll take it anyway. Foraging is kind of like an Easter egg hunt, so it definitely brings out my inner child, because you're just like running around finding things that you can eat, and obviously nothing tastes as good as chocolate, and there's no way to just find chocolate lying around, but when you find some good fruits or berries, it can be just as fun. These here are little baby pipischnellas. They are nowhere near ready yet. They're gonna end up being like this big or bigger. I have some of these growing at my house too, so I'm excited. They should be ready probably in the fall. And this is a beautiful grape vineyard. I love when you can see the grapes and the water all together in these old kind of style houses. Just so beautiful. Let's see if we can find some grapes, because they're starting, but oh yeah, see, like in here. Oh, there's one. Yeah. Still way too early though for any grapes. And we've got figs coming. They're not quite ready yet. And I wouldn't necessarily pick any green ones, but I would eat green ones if the storm had maybe put some on the ground. I don't see any under this tree, but there's so many freaking figs in this town that I'm sure I'll find some eventually on this walk. Here's a fig that somebody just left split open. I guess that means that like the dark ones like this might actually be ready. If they're pink on the inside like that, So I'm gonna grab these ones that fell on the ground. That one's definitely not ready, but you can do things with green figs too, eh? I think you can make like jams and that kind of stuff. I'll leave that one, it's a little dirty. That's cool though that they're getting ready. Oh yeah, like that one's gonna be nice and that one up there. But this is someone's garden, so unless it's on the ground, I'm not gonna take it. Ooh, or on a ledge. I feel like a ledge is fine. I see a few bug holes. I'll leave that one too. We also have tons of bananas growing here. Look at that. I'd love to have a banana tree one day. Whoa, can you see those? Look how big those figs are. Those ones are definitely ready. I wonder if anybody can actually like reach those. I don't see a way to access those. Like, look at that one. Holy, oh my God, these figs are gonna be so good. So there's another English walnut tree. These ones are like significantly darker and bigger. They almost look like avocados, eh? I'm gonna collect a bunch of them, but I gotta make sure that these actually are what I think they are before I eat any of them, because I've never tried before, so. And it can be super scary to try things for the first time, because I've tried things that I researched like crazy to make sure it was right, like these lily bulbs, and I must be allergic to lily bulbs because now twice I've had this experience. The first time was in college. My boss had gotten like these tiger lilies, and I thought like, I'd just be interested to just like eat the stem. Like, I wonder if it'll like make me lose a bunch of weight or something. That was actually the thoughts that ran through my mind. So I like ate a bite and it felt like shards of glass, like just like running through my body. So I called poison control and they were like, how old are you? I was like, I'm in college. They're like, you are way too old to be eating fucking things that aren't food. And I was like, good point. Good point. So then I swore that shit off, didn't do any of that. And then I got here and I had found that there are lily bulbs that they eat in China. And when I was doing my 40-day Lent foraging challenge, I tried to eat one and I got so violently ill, even though I cooked it for the right amount of time and all that kind of stuff, violently ill. And I thought I was gonna die. It was super scary. So yeah, even if everyone else can eat stuff doesn't mean you can eat stuff. And I'm still not convinced that they are edible. Maybe in China they're eating like a very specific type or something, because it was so scary. But these, like, sometimes you look at stuff and you're just like, I know this is food. This looks like food to me. Something in my like ancestral being is like, I can eat these for sure. My little Easter basket full of goodies. Hopefully nobody was counting on eating these. That's why I love when there's windstorms and stuff, because it knocks things down like into the streets. This one looks good. Look how pretty this setup is. Isn't that beautiful? Oh wow. Oh my gosh, this actually smells like lemonade. Wow, like pink lemonade. Oh, see, and then that one's way more floral. Side note, but isn't this an interesting house? Like, they built all of this fence with like their hands, and then inside, like, this just looks like the entranceway into like a legitimate jungle. Does anyone know what these things are? The flowers look like that. The overall tree looks like this, and they look like this when they drop off. The smell of this is like, it's literally like fresh pesto. And I can't figure out what these could possibly be, but they gotta be edible, right? And And then as the base of our meal, we've got the spinach. There's so much spinach here on the island, and I'm really lucky to have some right in my like side yard garden kind of thing. So I'm just looking for ones that already have like blooms and then grabbing from there so that it encourages more growth to continue. And we're back home. So I guess the question becomes, what does any of this have to do with manifesting my dream body, right? It's day 17 and I'm out there gathering food from the wild, from town. And I think it really comes down to the fact that food used to be something that every single person would need to put energy in to get the energy back out from the world, right? And somewhere along the way, we kind of lost that. So if you're struggling because you've got too much energy coming in and there's not enough energy coming out, then a great way to kind of balance that out is to make yourself expend energy in order to take the energy in again. And there's also just something so fun about getting out there with your little basket and doing your Easter egg hunt for little nuts and little, you know, things. It just like, it makes a boring walk like much more adventurous. I was watching the Arnold Schwarzenegger documentary on Netflix, and I'm not like a huge bodybuilding fan or anything, but it struck me as super interesting that at the very beginning of the documentary, he talks about how he's always had the ability to just visualize himself at the end and then to work and fight and make it happen in ways that obviously the universe surprised him throughout. Like, he was saying that he used to look up to this guy who had played Hercules. And he used to look up to him, and then when he finally like broke into the space, he ended up like meeting this guy and spending time like at his house with his wife and all this kind of stuff. And it was that guy that had actually got him into bodybuilding in the first place. Now, there's no way that you could plan for something like that to happen in your life, but you could definitely open your possibility portal and work really hard to get to the place where that could be a possible gift from the universe. And I just think like the concept of hard work is often erased from manifestation because people like the idea better that you don't have to do anything to achieve your manifestations, and that if you did absolutely nothing, you would still be able to get it because you like change your mind and change your insides, and then the outside things just like fall into place. And I don't know why, but it's just never really resonated with me. I've definitely seen it happen on a smaller scale with smaller things, but for some reason when it comes to like changing your physical body or changing your physical mind, like someone who wants to manifest happiness because they're stuck in depression, or someone who wants to manifest calm because they're stuck in anxiety, or someone who wants to manifest a dream body because they're stuck with excess, I've just never really seen that be cured by just like putting it out to the universe and then like not changing anything and just kind of forgetting about it. And I'm wondering if it's because your body and your mind are so, they really are reflections of your daily activities, right? Of like the situations that you put yourself in. It's like a photograph. Like your body is like the film, and then the picture that shows up, it's all the same strip of film, but the picture that shows up is like, what is it being exposed to? And if you just take a second and go, okay, I want to manifest my dream body, and then like forget about it and don't change anything, well, that picture is going to just stay the same because you're just continuously exposing it to everything that you had been. And you can say that the universe is going to come in and completely change your whole life and what you're exposed to and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, maybe that is the case. If you want to fight me in the comments, like, go ahead. I would love to hear some other perspectives on, or some experiences of people who have just said it, thought it, believed it, and it came true and the universe delivered for them. But I guess it's because I've been doing this so long without having like the action, the consistent action behind it to really back it up and have the possibility portal open. So when I see people like Arnold Schwarzenegger, like, who got up every single day and put in 7 to 9 hours of working out on their body to achieve the dream that they wanted to manifest, and then as a reward the universe came in and introduced him to his hero and all this kind of stuff, like, I feel like there is a level of work necessary and a level of merit that is rewarded, because it's this symbiotic back and forth play with your higher self and your physical mind and the universe itself. And I don't know, like, there's action necessary for creation. Again, like with the flower pot analogy, like, I can think about a flower pot in my head, but to make a flower pot appear in these hands, I either have to expend energy to go out and search for one that was already made, or I have to assemble other things that I have together into a pot, or, you know, different things. But like, there's no way to just have it appear in my hands without putting out some kind of like action. Like, even if I were to just sit here, you could say that somehow one would come blowing in from the wind or something, and maybe it would. I don't know, maybe I should try to do a video every day to manifest a flower pot in my hands without any other action. But then creating a video is an action, right? If I created a video every day about it and then someone saw it and was like, oh, I can go bring her a flower pot, that's still an action. So it's really hard to prove that you can manifest things without doing anything about it. It's really hard, because you subconsciously take different steps, I'm sure. If you say, I want to manifest my dream body, the very next thing you do probably isn't going to be to go get a bag of chips. But if it's nowhere even on your radar, you might go. I don't know. I just... I don't know why I feel like I have to justify this. I guess because my whole series has been action-based, and like even the action of deciding to go forage for food and get out of the house and do stuff. I'm sure that there are a lot of experts out there or other manifestation people out there who would fight me and say like, no, you don't need to do any of this, like, just will it and it'll come true. And just believe that it's already yours, and just change your mindset, and then, or just change your thought patterns, and then all of a sudden it's there in your lap. Maybe it is true, but so far this has been working. I feel really great. I feel great. I feel more confident. I'm willing to wear less. I have lost some inches. I am getting much more compliments. I can feel it like in my face. And I'm excited for these next days to come, especially now that I'm going to be like eating much more fresh wild food. I decided from the things that I found today, I'm going to do like a candied fig topping with like roasted walnuts on like a spinach salad, and I think that's gonna be really yummy. But I'm gonna eat that tomorrow for lunch, so I'll try to include it in my video tomorrow, because today I think I'm just gonna have like a nice light dinner, lots of water. One thing I have been doing is, so since I said I was like looking for my electricity, I have been not conserving any energy. Like today, when I felt the desire to dance before I got, so we started our hike essentially, and there's like a flat part before we start going on the thing, and sometimes I'll have this like desire to dance, but I'll be like, I can't because I have to get up this whole mountain. This time I was like, I'm gonna dance, and if I pass out halfway up, whatever, I'm expending the energy that I want to expend. And I did. I danced like like the whole flat bit, a bunch of like the up bit, and then I was tired and I just walked the rest of the way, but I didn't collapse, I didn't die, I don't feel that much more tired than normal, you know, and then I put in my workout, and then I went for my foraging walk. So I'm not conserving. I'm not conserving any energy. I am releasing this energy. I am releasing this fat to the universe. I am releasing, because all conserving is in my situation right now is like this roadblock and this, I don't know, this inability to just let go. And I am letting go. I am not conserving anything. If somebody called me right now to go do something, I would go do it. I'm gonna go do my yoga tonight. I'm probably gonna go for a swim tonight. It's just been, yeah, I feel happier, and I feel like I have more energy now that I'm not conserving any, because I'm using all the energy that I actually have. I know I'm gonna sleep well tonight, and that is such a good feeling when you've been doing stuff all day and then you finally get into bed and you're like, okay, yes, this feels good. So I'm excited about it. And yeah, I want to keep finding more electricity, but the dancing was very electric. I did it to the Shrek soundtrack, and that always makes me feel really good. Yeah. So, peace, love, and magic, guys.